Welcome back to West Ham Official for the Genk versus West Ham Europa League match preview. We are back again for another match preview. The games just keep on coming. And yes, James and Michael, I did press the wrong button for the intro. I did tell you we'll play the dramatic intro, but I pressed the wrong button. But here we are. Firstly, James, how are you?
Good, mate. Loving life, fourth in the league. What more do we want?
Exactly. And Mike, how are you?
Yeah, great, mate. Great, mate. I thought we was maybe going to have a chip round and pay for you to stay on that boat the way the results were going for us, mate.
Oh no, it was mad. It was literally mad.
Yeah.
But we are going to be talking about Genk, who we watched from the London Stadium, Mike, a couple of weeks ago. That was a mad day. But your thoughts on Genk, of what you know about them and what we saw a couple of weeks ago?
Well, really, mate. What we saw, they weren't too frightening, were they? I mean, the big guy up front was so-called going to be a threat, and he did very little. I mean, take nothing away from our defenders. They just gave him no time, space, or didn't give him nothing, really. He was starved of any service. I thought the Japanese guy had a decent game. I thought he looked pretty useful. I thought he's a sort of player that probably some teams will be having a look at, but I didn't see that they had a lot else, really, mate. I mean, could be different at home. Could be different, them at home.
Yeah, James, to me it felt like the only two options they really had was get it to their number 7, their winger, I forgot his name, or lump it onto Onuachu's head. And as Mike said, it was very unsuccessful at the London Stadium.
Yeah, but they did nearly score against us, and it was offside, and we was lucky. The thing is, I think it's going to be a bit more tougher in their place because they're going to be right up for it. It's like, let's be honest, they've got a big club like us because that's what we are now. We're a big club, and we're going to Belgium. And Onuachu's an handful, but I thought Dawson handled him well, and that wing is tricky. So we've got to make sure we're on the ball with him. But I think it's all about who scores first in this game. It really is.
Yeah, to be fair, Mike, that was a little bit of a scare, wasn't it? Before crikey, we got to wake up because we were opened up like a cross bucket in the first 15 minutes.
Like I said, the little winger, he has got some ability. I mean, and then they try to catch us on the break, but we squeezed them so well. I mean, like James just said, might be a bit different. They get the crowd there. I mean, it's going to be a different atmosphere altogether. But we squeezed them up so well, and they just. In the end, they just had to lump it. That's all they could do. They had nowhere to go because we pushed onto them so much. So I just hope that's what we do again.
Yeah. I don't want to pronounce the geezer's name wrong, who we are talking about, who did cause us some problems. So I'm just going to put it on screen. This guy's definitely the one to watch on Thursday night tomorrow. Right, let's jump into the chat and see who we've got. Evening, everyone. Simon, hope you are. Scott, Simon are in. Evening, night off, chef. Night off, a very well deserved night off, I'm sure. Chinese has been ordered. What have you got? You can't just leave it there. What has been ordered, Scott? Pete, hope you're well. Another Pete. It's usually the Garys that invade, but it's the Petes that are invading tonight. Phil, I hope you are well. So Simon's been minding his own business at work today, and somebody sent him a Teams message with a picture of Lanzini. There we go. Lovely. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Shiny G, hope you are well. Poor that Dare isn't in the chat. I even sent him a message and said we're going live at 7 o'clock. All of these peeps coming in tonight, love it. Right, so predicted lineup. Shall we go for it? Because David Moyes has done his press conference, and one player that we know will start for sure, James, I'll come to you first, is the player that joined David Moyes at that press conference, which is Vladimir Coufal. Thoughts on him getting back in?
Rightfully so, mate. Ben Johnson's done nothing wrong. He's been very good. Very, very good. Vlad, if we'd have said this a year ago or 6 months ago about Vladimir Coufal was going to be sitting out and Ben Johnson coming in, everyone would have thought you were mad. But Ben's took his chance, and at the end of the day, you go on quality and form, not name and ego. So yeah, Vladimir Kufel's coming in, good player, do a good job for us at right back. Happy.
David Moyes did mention in his press conference, Mike, that we do have a few fitness issues and niggles from our last couple of games. But when you look at this now, have you already got an eye on Sunday against Liverpool?
Yeah, definitely, mate. We got to, haven't we? Let's face it. I mean, if we go out there and get a point, I think it'd be a good result. And I think we've got enough in reserve. We've proved it so far, haven't we? We've used these guys and they've done a decent job. The likes of Kroll and that will probably get a run out. Yeah, I think we've got enough to get us something out there anyway. You know, with the guys that he's going to bring in, he's going to make a lot of changes. But like I say, Jake, he's going to have one eye on Liverpool.
Yeah, James, this is David Moyes' 1,000th game. Oh, he's got again. I'm sure we will have James back in just a second. But Mike, to carry on, as I was saying, David Moyes' 1,000th game in managing tomorrow. He's got some good headaches and some bad headaches because he's got, you know, Johnson's starting to play well. He's scored a goal. How does Sufol get back into this side? He's also can have some bad headaches if we do get a couple of injuries. Mikel Antonio has been put into the Jamaica squad for next month. Do you reckon David Moyes is balancing things out well at the moment? Do you think he's coping?
Yeah, he's coping. He's doing a brilliant job. I think everything's working just fine at the moment. But we haven't had that. We haven't had any. You know, we haven't had a bunch of injuries, have we? We've had one or two out at a time. So we've been lucky. You know, we've got through a period of a lot of games with the League Cup, the UEFA, and the league. We've got through a pretty tough period, really, and we've still got a lot of tough games to go. I know. So yeah, I reckon he's balanced it out quite well, really. What he's done, I wouldn't have changed much from what he's done. He's swapped two centre halves around him. They've come in and done a brilliant job. The only one that I really think deserves a rest is Creswell. I think he really deserves a rest, and that's the difficult thing. That's the major problem he's got is who's he going to put in at left back.
Yeah. James, there are these problems with, you know, the likes of Aaron Creswell and Thomas Souček, who just continue to keep on playing and playing and playing. And, you know, we are all on cloud 9 at the moment, but at some point or another, these players like Creswell and Souček, who don't seem to be getting a rest, at some point are going to pull up at some point and say, I just can't carry on, especially Aaron Creswell, who's played every single minute in the Premier League so far this season.
January can't come quick enough, mate. I'm counting down the days and the months till we get to January. It's an issue, but it's our own fault. Like, we've all known that we've needed a left back for God knows when, and obviously people can say Ben Johnson can go there, but Ben Johnson's not a left back. He's not a left back. He's a very, very good right back. He's not a left back. And Souček, you got Krau. I want to see Krau in there. I do want to see Krau again. I think I know he's had COVID and everything, but we haven't seen him for nearly 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and since the Manchester United League Cup game. So it'd be nice to see Krau again. And obviously Souček and Cresswell are massive to our progression at this club at the present. And obviously, if we lose Cresswell, I think that is a major problem at left back.
Yeah, and Mike, you know, when he has been taken out of the side, some people say he's probably one of our weakest links in the side, but he's one of these players like also that are on this list for me is like the likes of Jared Bowen and Pablo Fornals. When you take them out of that side, then you realise the hole they leave, because Aaron Creswell isn't only a left back, he's our, you know, producing crosser and corner taker from down that left hand side as well.
Oh, he's up there with the assists, anyway. I mean,
yeah.
You know, his corners. I mean, his corners are just so much better than anyone else's. You know, and there's always a threat with his corners. He's not put many poor corners in this season. And it's not just corners; it's free kicks. It's normal from him, normal play delivery, crosses, from the left. They've been really good, and we do miss him when he's not there. It's a problem, but like James said, hopefully that'll all be sorted out in January. We've got someone else to back him up.
Yeah, let's hope so. Right then, we're going to take some comments and then do a few shout outs before we carry on. I always say I'm going to scroll up the chat. Right then, the moment of the night where everyone wants to know. Scott is having sweet and sour chicken, Hong Kong style, like it, egg fried rice, satay chicken, baby sweet corn, and is that French manger too? Is that right? I don't know. Lovely, Scott. Lovely. Sounds like you've got a right feast on your hands.
It looks very nice, Scott. I just had fish and chips, but that was all right.
Lovely. Johnson was immense on Sunday at Villa. He certainly was. Pleased to see Soufal back. Pete says I'd give Soufal a start tomorrow because he needs some game time and we must rotate our players. Exactly what it says in the title. That's what I put there. Moyes must rotate. Let's scroll down. Everybody's saying hello to each other. And the main thing to take from it is the quadruple still on. The quadruple is still on. 100 to 1 we are to win the league. What about that? 100 to 1. It's not bad. It's not bad. We usually start the season about 5,000 to 1.
Start to believe that anything's possible this year, mate. Trust me.
Anything's possible. Yeah.
Love seeing worth a tenner. Loved seeing Jakey give it to the Villa fans. Trust me, if you thought I gave it to him, you should have seen some other people because they gave it the large one. And for the 3 goals we scored after their one, I think it's fair to say we gave it back and some. Thought Antonio had given up on Jamaica, but no, he's been picked again. I thought that as well, Hammer's dad, but here we are. Gary says, I would be tempted to play Johnson left back for this one. He's the only real option there because he scored and then if Moyes goes and puts him on his unfavoured position again, what's that gonna? Oh, cheers, boss.
Problem is he's not a left back.
No, it is. I think better off with Fredericks. Sorry, James. Probably better off with Fredericks there.
Yeah, that's what Scott says. Yeah.
When you put him a left back, he gets turned inside out. He's not naturally. His favoured foot's right. He's better on the right, even though he scored with his left the other day. He had a shot with his left, but he can't defend on his left-hand side. And that's going to sound mad, but I'd rather have Mazawaku there than Ben Johnson. At least he's left-footed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Could be a shout. Let's have a look. The Villa vlog missed taken away from the things. If you go on the West Ham Police couple of video clips they put up on their Twitter, I'm actually on there. You can see me filming for the vlog on there. So that's a little bit of behind the scenes unintentionally there.
You criminal. You criminal, you.
I saw the cruise, but just need some work on that goal scene. Sorry, Scott, crikey. Sorry. Let's have a little look here. Rice is 100 to 1 to win the Betway with Betway for PFA Player of the Year. Is he interesting? Interesting stuff. As you saw it in the Villa game, with the elbow on 4 now, so VR thinks it's okay for players to be elbowed. Yeah, in the heat of the moment when we were there, I don't know. It's a difficult one for sure. Right then, we've got another guest. James, are you ready?
I'm ready when you are, mate.
Good. All the way from America, Katie. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. It has. But before we carry on, James, E20 Zone TV is in the chat. Do your thing.
If you want to find me on E20 Zone TV, football betting, Premier League, and most important thing of all, West Ham United. I could try and talk a lot of sense and not talk fabrication. So if you like what I say, go and check it out. I had a good weekend betting with West Ham. And I think I nabbed about 5 winners out of about 8. So go and check it out. E20 Zone TV.
There we go. Let's get them to 200. Everybody watching. There's 24 people watching. If you haven't already, go over and check E20 Zone TV out. Katie, Genk. I mean, we saw we saw 90 minutes of him a couple of weeks ago. He didn't really impress me. How are you feeling for Genk?
I'm confident. I think that we'll be just fine. I think, there's no trouble ahead for us.
Yeah. Any players you saw really feared you and West Ham, or do you think that this could be, as really, to put it bluntly, a walk in the park like most of the other Europa League games have been so far?
I do expect it to be a walk in the park. I know that we're getting a bit tired. Some of our players are tired. I think that, we still will be just fine if we continue to play our game and continue to transition the way we have been down the field. I think that that'll play to our advantage. So I'm really not too concerned.
Yeah. But in terms of attacking options, right, Mike, the front four or whatever you would pick, what are you going for as a rotated front four at the top?
It's got to rotate, so it's going to obviously go with Yarmolenko out there again, I think.
Yeah.
Lanzini deserves a start. I thought he played really well when he came on.
Yeah.
So he'll be in there. Where he'll play, I don't know where he'll play, deeper or not, because I think Kroll and Noble are going to play. So yeah, and then one of, I don't know, maybe Bowen, Vlasic probably. Probably. And then we keep people like Bowen in that up our sleeves on the bench.
The issue we do have, James, is the rotating attacking players we've got. We've always got to start one of our fab front four because we've only got Vlasic. Crikey, don't mess us up. Vlasic, Lanzini, and Yarmolenko. That's it. So we do have to start one of them. Who are you starting, James?
Bowen for me.
Yeah.
Because what it is, he can have a rest after the Liverpool game because he's got no international.
Yeah.
He ain't going to get called up. So, and we need him, mate, because we ain't got no one else at the minute. Yeah, for me, Yarmolenko a start, Vlasic a start, Lanzini a start, Bowen a go up front, probably Kroll and Noble, something like that. Diop, Dawson as the two centre halves. Left back's an issue though. It is like, would you go Longelo? Would you go Mezawaku, or do you go Cresswell? Me personally, I'd play Cresswell up for an hour and then sub him. See how the game goes. Where there's five subs in Europa League, we can do that. And then on the right hand side, Flad and obviously go Areola. But yeah, listen, it's Bowen's going to have to play. I'd rather Bowen play than Antonio. Let's put it like that, because Bowen's a lot more fitter, younger, and he scored the other day, and he's getting better. Bowen, I must admit, he's the one who's surprising me this year. I think he's looking a hell of a lot better. So yeah, get him up front for me. Bit of pace.
Yeah. Katie, can you see Cresswell being start for these next two games? Because of course we then got a week and a half international break where he won't be going anywhere, so we can then rest up and be ready to go again. Or would you be tempted to rotate in that left back position tomorrow night?
I would normally be willing to rotate him, but just with the break coming up, I think it's okay to keep him out there. I don't know. I mean, Ben Johnson's been looking good on the right too, so I'd consider playing him as well. But I think I agree with everything that James said. I definitely think resting Antonio is absolutely important, and giving Bowen the opportunity not only to continue on his stride that he has been in, but it's also giving him much more confidence, so we can hopefully see him continue to score goals in the Prem. Yeah.
Mike, I've heard a lot of people saying they'd leave Antonio in England. I haven't seen any training pictures or anything of him going out there yet. If you're David Moyes, are you leaving him in London?
Yeah, leave him at home. Leave him at home. Don't even let him travel. Leave him at home. Get him a rest up. Keep him ready for the Liverpool game. I think he's got to do that. We've got a big enough squad, without having to take Antonio out there at the moment. The rest of them, pretty much everyone else is fit. So, yeah, I think we just need to wrap him up in cotton wool still.
Yeah. James, I'm sure David Moyes is also looking ahead to see what we mentioned earlier, that Antonio has been picked for the Jamaica squad. So if he's not taken out there for this game, that then means he's obviously not playing as much. He's got to travel all the way across the world to play for Jamaica. So it's probably wise, do you think, to leave him at home, because it will almost, in some points, be a little bit unnecessary with all the games and a crucial month? If he can stay not injured in the next month, we're looking good.
We can't take Genk lightly though. That's one thing I will say. Like, and I had this debate on American Hammers with Affers, and I turned around and I said we haven't played a good team yet. Like we caught Zagreb on the hop because we was buzzing to be in Europe. We played both of the teams at home. This is a real test for us in Genk. I do think that they're going to be right up for it. They're no mugs. They're ex-Champions League. So Antonio, would I leave him at home? I don't know. I think if he's on the bench, he's there. But it ain't so much. It's not Antonio's fault. We ain't got a backup striker, is it? So we need. I'd rather leave Rice at home than Antonio. Let's put it like that, because I think Rice is more important than Antonio. Well, people will say Antonio is important, but West Ham's got enough cover in and around that area that we can sort of do it. We lose Rice, then we're losing the heart and soul of the midfield. So, I'll take Antonio, leave him on the bench, mate. And if we need him, then bring him on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen that. I'll go around the room for this. Katie, I'll start with you. We've seen that Alex Crow is back in training, and he put on Twitter today he's raring and ready to go. So, would you like to see him feature tomorrow night?
Absolutely. I definitely want him out there. He needs the exposure, and I think that he's a great fit for us. I'm very excited that he's on our squad. So, yep, let's get him out there.
Yeah. Mike, we saw certainly in the Carabao Cup game against Man United, he's not afraid to put a foot in, and he looks like he's built and he's ready for whether it's European battles or English domestic battles when he's called on. So it seems like a no-brainer to take him out there and play him.
Yeah, he's got to play him because he needs to gain time, doesn't he? Guy's been out. It's not his fault. It's COVID. He needs to gain time. He needs some mileage in his legs. We know he can do a decent job. But, you know, the guy, he might be needed. The thing is, if we get an injury, I hope not, to Rice or Souček, he's going to have to come in. And that's no good if he's going to come in cold. He's got to get some mileage in his legs. So, it's an ideal chance to give him, give him at least a start and see how he does.
Yeah. James, with that midfield, would you be tempted at all to play Souček or Rice? Rice is going out there because he put a picture on Instagram earlier on with him and Saïd Benrahma on the plane. Would you change it completely, or I can't see David Moyes taking Rice out there from the sit on the bench. I can't see it.
Where's Alex Crow? Where is Alex Crow? Someone tell me. So if someone stole these boats, I'd buy him a new pair. Like, I really would. I know he's had COVID, but you got enough cover there. You got Souček there, you got Noble, you got Crow, you got Lanzini, you got Fornals. You can play any number of them players. You don't take West, right? But the problem is, I think that they're taking it professionally serious. This one, right? They know it's going to be an hard game, and I think they know if they win this game, they're as good as finishing top. And there's no team catching us then, really. So. I don't know, mate. Me personally, I wouldn't take Rice. I will take anyone else other than Rice. I'd leave Rice back in Surrey or Kingston or wherever he is, and make sure he don't set foot on the plane. Do you know what I mean? But he's a captain of West Ham, and he's probably saying, "I want to play," and you can't argue with him, can you? To be honest.
Definitely. We've got the Peru Irons in. I hope you are well. Let's go into the chat. Andy, hope you are. Just got in. Irons. Wally's in. Hope you are. Yes, Katie. Wally says Katie is our favourite guest. Until you have me on, what we're going to do, Wally, here's the plan. At some point, we're going to get you on and talk about how key Ryan Fredericks is to our squad this season. How about that? That would be good. Let Antonio stay at home with a Chinese tomorrow. Any left of yours, just the washing up. So Scott, I think it's fair to say, enjoyed his Chinese, and hopefully Antonio will with his tomorrow. Please rest Souček, says Wally. Here we go. Let's go around the room. Mike, with you first. A point is in your hand. Are you taking it or are you leaving it?
I'll take the point. I would take the point, mate. because that's 2 points they can't get, and it's an extra point for us. I really feel that a draw out there would be a decent result, and I would take it now. If they're offering it and say, turn the playing round, come back, we'll give you a point, do it, because I think that would be a decent result.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to think like David Moyes and say I think he probably would. Well, he probably wouldn't take a point, but he'd rather a goalless one because it's a clean sheet for the defence. We all know David Moyes loves clean sheets, and it keeps our record of not conceding in Europe, which is a nice little.
I don't think he'd play for a point, Jake, but I think we'd take it. You know what I mean? I don't think we'd go out there playing for a point.
Yeah.
I think we're going out there to win it because, like James said, we win it. That's it. We've qualified. You know, probably not mathematically, but I mean, just about 99% sure we've qualified. Then or we're top of the group. So yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, James. To be honest, as Mike said, we don't really go to games for a point nowadays. Maybe in David Moyes' past, we probably would have done a couple of times last season, and the old West Ham, we would have gone to places trying to get a point. But that's just not West Ham anymore.
No, it's not, mate. I'm starting to believe. Let's put it like that. And you've known me a long time, Jake, as much as the next person. And I've told you, I said he don't usually get like this at West Ham. It's hard times, but I must admit, over the last sort of 18 months, we're on a crest of a wave at the minute, and we're buzzing. This week will decide it for me. If we go to Genk and we get the job done there, and if we do beat Liverpool, we are serious top 4 contenders. I'm not going to say we're going to win the league because that's being a bit mad at the minute, but we can definitely get in that top 4 without a shadow of doubt. Like, I do believe in this team. Moyes will go there with a game plan to try and snuff them out. We will play similar to how we played in Zagreb, I believe. We try and nick a goal, shut them down, get another goal and do a professional job. We're very professional at West Ham at present. We're not trying to go attack and leaving ourselves exposed. So, I don't know. Would I take a point? I would, because I think Liverpool's the bigger game. I think we've got enough time in the Europa League to get the job done. But if we go and beat Liverpool on Sunday, I'm starting to believe something special's happening, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Let's head into the chat quickly before we come back to you, Katie. Rice will play, in my opinion, says Terry. He is the heartbeat of the side. Yeah, he is. Can't believe we are top points of all the groups. I'm dreaming. I know we are all dreaming, that's for sure. Have a feeling Rice will start tomorrow. European football is what he wants. Rice and Noble with crowd coming on for 30 minutes. Yeah. I can't see Rice going out there and not playing. I can't see him just taking Declan Rice out there to sit on the bench. It just won't happen. So I think that probably, if you read between the lines and count everything up correctly, logically, it means that we will see Declan Rice in that starting lineup tomorrow. But strange things have happened. It might not happen. Brentford Clive have gone quiet. Oh yeah, they've gone on a mad losing run. Brentford Clive's gone quiet once we took one for the team and they beat us. The Smurfs that are Genk. 8 changes from Villa incoming, says Robert. I'm sure the last 16 isn't until March, so not playing that extra game is huge, says Scott. We are massive. Last season, the ref robbed us of at least 9 points. If we had those points, we would have finished second. I've no doubt this season we will be fighting for first place. Katie, coming almost the same as that as well. If I don't want to dwell on it too much because it's not fantastic. But if Noble would have scored that penalty, we would have been. Is it like level on points with Man City or a point actually? A point better off than Man City with 10 games in. And all the pundits say don't look at the table until 10 games in. And where are we? 10 games in.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned. Especially with things going on with the refs last year. I mean, you can't control those things. What I think is everything that is within our control, we have the right mindset about it. I mean, if you take a look at what Moyes just said, you know, the typical West Ham last year and the years before that, we would, lose against teams that we could easily beat. And it was just so frustrating at certain points in those games. I think this year we have our heads about us. We know our tempo, our pace. We know how to get the ball down the field. And it's just putting in the back of the net. If we can continue to do that, I don't see us having any issues. Now, of course, I'm not as concerned about Genk as I am with Arsenal coming up on Sunday. That's where I'm more concerned, and I'd rather take the point and beat Arsenal on Sunday, because that's really where I think that we need to be.
Where is the final? It is Seville. I know. A few people have already booked cheap accommodation for the weekend of the final. Fair play to you. People out in Brussels and Hasselt and Genk tonight and tomorrow night. Stay safe. I know John from the food banks is out there. I know Dom and Marsh, you're out there. So we're taking our thousands out there, and I believe it's only 1,300 to getting in, something like that. That we've been allocated, just over 1,000. So if you go in, enjoy yourself. That is for sure. Yeah, the final is in Seville in Spain. Liverpool are probably the best team in the Prem. Just go at them. We will discuss all that and more with some Liverpool fans on Saturday night for the preview. Right then, so. It's that time. Mike, to you first. Prediction, what are you going for?
I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
James?
I don't know, mate. This is a hard one for me. I said 2-0 on mine. I think we might just do a professional job and get the job done, but the draw is not out of the question in this one. I'm going to stick my neck out and go say 2-0. I think we'll score. It'll be a very similar game to Zagreb. I think we'll score in the first half, and then we'll hit them early in the second half, about 60th minute maybe, and then we'll see it out 2-0 for me.
Katie?
I think we'll get 3-0. I'm confident.
Love it. I love the confidence. Before I go for my prediction, see the ticker bar below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can check out the memberships, the socials, and all that jazz. Yes, all of that jazz in the description. In the description down below. And as you can see, just coming across your screen now, the subscriber count. We are 1,904 subscribers. So, James, if you do the maths, this is you, James. How many subscribers are we off 2,000?
86.
Yes.
Wow.
Don't mess with me when it comes to maths, boy.
No.
English, terrible. Maths, follow.
Did you say 86?
86, yes.
Hang on, 1,904. Have I made myself look like a mug there?
No.
It's 96.
It's
96.
Damn.
I was just thinking, I didn't want to start.
I'll give you the 10. I will unsubscribe and subscribe 10 times. It's 86. That's it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's class.
It's all right. I apparently said Arsenal. I meant Liverpool. That's how my week's been going.
All right. 2-0 to West Ham. 2-1. Yeah, mate. 2-0 to West Ham. A lot of twos going around here. 2-0. We will win, lose, or draw. Katie's going 3-0. What shall I go for? See, I always do this. I don't think about it until the second I say I'm going to give my prediction. Right, I'm going to go. I think we'll grind this out. It won't be pretty, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. And there's only one man that's going to score, James. I've got to do 3 clicks and bring them up on screen. Any ideas, James?
Ooh.
I bet it's been Craig Dawson, isn't it?
How on earth could you guess? There he is. How on earth could you guess? He's got to score. He's got to score. How close is he getting to scoring in these Europa League games? And he scored a couple of weeks ago, Mike. We had a perfect download review on it.
Oh, yeah,
Big
we
Craig
did.
Dawson. It was perfect. But anyway, final thoughts. Mike, to you first. Final thoughts for the game tomorrow night.
I'm looking forward to it, mate. I think we need to rest some players, so that's why I've gone conservative that we might get a draw. But hey, I'd just love us to win it, and then the pressure's off. The pressure's off. But I'm still thinking. I know we take every game that it comes, but with it being such a massive game on Sunday against Liverpool, he's going to have one eye on that game.
Oh, he is, that's for sure. James, final thoughts?
I just see a comment from your dad there. He said about tipping the first goal scorer. I fancy Vlasic to score, mate. I think his time is coming. He needs to do something. I think this is the game for him. I think him to score first or at any time for me. 2 bets.
There we go. You've had it at first. Katie, final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm expecting Yarmo to get a goal tomorrow. I think that he's definitely on my list to get one. And, I think we're in a better position than we think. And I think we're in the right headspace. So I have no issues with tomorrow. It's just Sunday. I think that's where we need to be concerned.
Yeah, that's really, as West Ham fans, where most of our heads are at. Of course, if you're in Genk, you're probably not thinking about that. You're enjoying yourself. But there we go. That's the preview. You can check out all links to our channel sponsors, well, SRM Carver and Son. Check them out in the link in the description down below. All the socials, memberships from just £2.99 a month. You can support the channel for added content, and there is content coming soon. New stuff for all of you members. And West Ham Reunited is live at 8 talking about the game that we have just discussed there. So you can get a different outlook of it with Andy and the guys over at West Ham Reunited at 8 o'clock. And before we go, let's go and dive into some of your final predictions. 2-1 away win, says Scott. 2-1 to the Hammers. Craig Dawson scored a great point. He did. Apparently, everyone in the stadium went, "Oh, I don't like him stepping up." My man stepped up. He banged it in, Julian Dick style. Dawson and Vlasic goal. Dawson anytime. Great preview. Thank you very much, Scott. Cheers. Well, time to go and enjoy dessert. You can't leave us hanging. What is on the start? Come on. We're not leaving. Good stuff, Jake. Keep it up. Thank you very much. We are massive indeed, but we can't leave it on that. I usually leave it on that, Max, but I need to know what Scott's dessert is. So, what can we do? James, E20's own TV. Katie, Hometown Hammer on American Hammers TV. And Mike just buzzes his way around and just goes here, there, and everywhere.
Popped up at a local game near you. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Here we go. Oh, see. It wasn't
Danish
just going to be standard ice cream.
He don't mess about, does he, Scott?
He don't mess about Danish. See,
No,
he can just say raisin whirl. You had to put an emoji and Danish style.
Oh, flipping out, Scott.
You couldn't just go ice cream. You got to go raisin whirl. Right, we've got to wait for his come back to that. And once we do that, who's the next Newcastle manager? Anyone want to shout a name out?
Roberto Martinez.
Funny, isn't it? Steve Bruce back again. They were all partying about these Saudis coming in, and then 2 weeks later we couldn't find a manager, so we got Steve Bruce back again. Could you imagine that? Oh, brilliant. Great show. Thank you very much, Simon. And everyone's saying hello to Anton Deck. Now that is class. Anton Deck as the new managers, head coaches of Newcastle.
Yeah.
Pellegrini, Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. Only the very best ice cream may come out at a later hour. Oh, you live well, Scott. You live well. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out all the socials. You check out James. Mike lurks his way around, as he always does. Mike, have they got to hit the bell icon? Touch the bell icon? What are they doing?
Where is it? Come on.
Oh, where is it? Hang on. Oh, crikey. Right, I've got to find it now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Right, there we go. If we move down, look, ready?
Oh, change his head.
There you go.
Ah, there we
go.
are. Bing, 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 bing.
Hit the bell icon, like, share, subscribe to the channel. And as James said correctly earlier on, we are 96 subscribers off of that 2K mark. And let's get James to 200 subscribers as well, because, why not? He does all sorts of cool stuff over there. Right, we've been rambling for too long, or I've been rambling for too long, but there's still 4 comments. Tony Pulis, that's class, that is. Tony Pulis for the new Newcastle manager. Tufty's nan. When he says ice cream, he means a cornetto. I see. Love a cornetto. Everybody loves a cornetto. Anyway, for the three of us, thank you very much for watching. Come on, you Irons. Hopefully we can get those 3 more Europa League, 3 points. Hey, James did it. James, come on, James. Come on, James. There we go. And we'll get you next one. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.